Avert your eyes! Don't gaze upon this hideous shade of red! I thought, I was talking to my girlfriend, I was like, how should I start this video today? Honestly though, I never learned my lesson. Um, Not in a bad way, right? In the sense of, I just feel like I'm too good to avoid trading on emotional days. And what I mean by that is I had an emotional day at work, bled into my trading today. And it's not that I traded poorly. Actually, I thought I traded well for the first trade, but then the second trade was where all of those emotions kind of spilled in. So I'm switching in between tabs, like I don't know what I'm doing right now. But um, basically, what happened was I was up on this trade. I was up really nicely, maybe like about $250 or more, doing really well. I thought I took awesome trades. I sized heavy, right? Because I was so confident in this trade. It was playing out well. I really just needed two more points. You can see here the high was 547.25. So I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but I was about three ticks away from taking off some of my position, and then another full point away from that point from 548. So 549 was my next position to take off about 75% of my position and let the rest run. Right? I was sitting here, I was playing Pokemon Go, playing PvP. It started to pull back on me. And when it pulled back on me, I was like, I don't mind because I always like to see the first pullback before I'm like, okay, cool, like probably gonna head higher, probably gonna go a little bit higher, right? But we need to head lower first before we do that, right? As long as we're maintaining higher lows, I don't really care. Then this happens, right? We slam down, and it's basically a case of staircase up, elevator down, right? I mean, these huge red candles just took me out, stopped me out, and it was over just so quickly. And there's nothing I could do about that. I got stopped out, fine. Our size was a tiny, like, we sized heavy, but it was, like, again, within standard, right? Because I so believed in that trade, and we were only a few ticks away from taking some off and a couple points away from taking off most of our position, that it was frustrating whenever you sit through that, right? So it was a good trade. It just didn't pan out. One of the things I want to talk about before I move on to the second trade is having confidence in your trades, right? So yesterday I was talking about, oh, I'm gaining confidence. And today that confidence was exuding throughout my trading. I believed in the trade. It doesn't mean that'll work, right? But with the way that it was playing out and only being a couple points away from taking out 75% of your position or more, it sucks that it literally just didn't get to that point. It pulled back and then it just never continued, right? So, what can we learn from that first trade? One, these two huge red candles here is a telltale sign, right? I actually was debating, not debating, because I was again playing Pokemon Go. Um, I was looking for a setup here, but I was like, we're bullish. I don't want to take a trade off Valley Area highs now. Valley Area High, the current session and the prior days Valley Area High both coincided, so that's an A plus setup. But because we were bullish into this session, I didn't want to take that. I wanted to take something coming lower, right? So at the time, if I go back on replay, you'll see Valley Area low was actually coinciding with prior day point of control. Now, maybe this is a note for myself in the future, but prior day point of control, I hate it. I hate this yellow line. It's so choppy. Any point of control is very choppy, as you can see here, right? Tons of chop here. This is coinciding with value area highs, right, for the current session. But it is so choppy here for prior day point of control that I really just don't feel like I should be taking trades. Like if I want to take a trade, I take a trade up here, or I don't trade it at all today. That's how I feel about it going forward, right? Now, the trade did end up playing out, as you can see here, right? So we did double back a little bit, double bottom. We get to this point here, we pull back off of VWAP, everything's looking good, right? This is awesome. And then it's like, okay, pull back time, let's see. Okay, we're heading higher again. We're at value area lows, really good candle here, right? Value area low shifts, and then we're starting to lose there. So, second trade. it was just an impulse buy, right? And this is kind of where I talk about not learning my lesson. I never learned my lesson. I'm emotional. I was married to my bias of being long. I wanted any type of sign to show me, okay, we're going back long. I just got stopped out too early, right? So we come back in, full 10 contracts. We're excited. We want this to go up, right? So here at this point, I'm like, cool, we're good. This is really good. Great green candle, good volume. That was selling climax here, right? We're fine. We weren't fine. Instead, we end up heading lower. I end up getting stopped out, and we lose again on the day, right? So that trade is a bad trade. I've taken good trades, even when I lost a couple days ago. We've taken good trades up until today, where the second trade was a bad trade, right? So the first trade was a good trade. We were in profit, just didn't work out. This trade was a bad trade, right? I shouldn't be impulse buying. It was an emotional decision. I shouldn't be making emotional decisions in the market. I should be working to improve my emotional control and trading off what I see, not how I feel, right? So that was a mistake on my part. We took the loss. We were done for the day, right? We didn't hit our daily loss limit, but it does suck when it's like you've been trading well and you take a bad trade, especially when you're emotional and it doesn't work out, right? It feels better when it does work out, but it's better that it doesn't work out so that way you learn for the future. When you lose like that, especially off a bad trade or a bad decision, you start to realize like, okay, like I really shouldn't be doing that. So tough day overall. I'll go into why it was an emotional day for me. But I did want to talk about break even real quick before I do that. The reason why I did not go break even on this trade was just because I really did believe in this trade. And when it pulled back here at this point, I really did believe that we were just checking VWAP and then we were going to start heading higher, right? Like, this is the point of liquidity. Am I wrong? Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I really did believe, okay, we're going to be testing these areas here. But we didn't. And I was wrong. And at this point here, I didn't want to believe it, right? We ended up getting stopped out, but I should have been stopped out here because once you form this low and then you start heading higher and then this becomes a lower high and then you cut through this low that you just made, you have to get stopped out. Now we did get stopped out a little bit lower, right, at 530, but I should be just moving up 5 points because I'm like, there's no reason for that to happen. So quite unfortunate. It is what it is, though. We go again, right? Like it sucks to lose, trust me, right? But at the end of the day, like I'm really showing, like I said, my journey, right? It's my journey, and these are the things I need to learn. So I've been feeling good. I'm not getting cocky, right? I'm not getting arrogant. I'm not having a big ego. It's none of that. I just really believed in the trade and it didn't work, right? But what I did do wrong was impulse buy, was emotionally buy, was being married to my bias, and that's kind of where it got me today. So now let's talk about what happened during the day today. Oh, tragic, tragic. So trading talk is done, guys. So if you guys were here for that, that's it for that. But we're gonna talk about what happened during my day today. So tragic. I had a patient fall while working with them, and it was just so horrible. It's a frequent flyer. I've seen this guy before. He was in the hospital before a few months ago, and a few months ago he did this like fake fall on me, where he was like, "Oh, I don't feel good. I'm gonna fall," and then like he fell on the bed, so it didn't really count as a fall. And I was just like, "Bro, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand what you're doing." So today I see him. When I walk in, I saw his name, but I didn't recognize his name. But I see his face, and I'm like, "Oh, it's him again." Right? But I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to see if he was actually willing to work with me. And he was. He absolutely was today. And we get up. It's an ICU as well. I hate being in the ICU, but my boss gave me that role today being in ICU because the person who's normally in the ICU was not here today. So I took it with open arms. I took it I helped to transfer him onto the toilet because he said he wanted to poop. I was like, cool. He couldn't poop. I was like, all right, cool. There's a chair right here. The toilet's right here. I was like, let's at least try to walk a little bit and see if you can get onto the chair. He's like, okay, cool. Get him up. Start walking, start walking. He's like, oh, I'm going down. My leg feels weak. I was like, he said that going to the toilet. So I was like, you're fine. You're okay. You're fine. We get to the chair. His butt is literally above the chair and he wants to sit down. He sits down, but it's like he leans forward. His right leg gives way, and I'm holding him. I'm like, "Oh, can I pick him up? Can I hold him up?" And my right knee actually ends up giving way. And I tweaked my right knee last night. I've had right knee issues for over 10 years now, and I tweaked it last night. I wasn't doing anything, I just tweaked it. And I could tell I just did not have the strength in me to pick him up. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5". I don't know how much I weigh, like 250 maybe, 240, I don't know. But I think if my knee was okay, I might have been able to, but I would have put so much stress on my back that wouldn't have been good. So I slowly lowered him to the floor. I went to the floor too. I had to call a nurse, and it was just this whole ordeal. And it was tough. I haven't had a fall in 4 years. I've only been a PT, like a full doctor of physical therapy for 2 years. My first fall, and it's not my only fall, but my first actual fall was 4 years ago when I was a student. When I was a student, similar thing happened, right? Where the patient, I don't know if she's still alive. She's not alive anymore. Wow, may God rest her soul. I forgot. But she fell. Same thing. Her leg gave way and she just fell and fell on the floor, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It's absolutely horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. So, same thing happened to me today. I didn't get in trouble. Nothing bad happened as of right now anyway. I pray to God nothing does happen. But I had to fill out paperwork and stuff, and it sucks because as a physical therapist, your goal is to protect your patient. It's not to have them fall while you're working with them, you know? So I was definitely upset about that. My boss told me it's okay, it happens. My coworker told me it's okay, it happens. And the place I work at now, I was a student at 2 years ago. That was my last clinical rotation. So my clinical instructor at the time, who is now my coworker, told me, he was like, Vic, look, did you hurt your back? Right? Did you have a bulging disc? Is the patient hurt? Are they okay? Are you able to help someone another day? And I answered all of those questions. I was like, he's not hurt, thankfully. I didn't hurt myself, I didn't hurt my back, and I can help people for another day. And he was like, that's all that matters then. That's all you should think about. Because the reason why is because for my clinical instructor or my coworker now, same thing happened to him, but he hurt his back. He didn't call for help, and he's been dealing with a bulging disc ever since. Right? So it's like you have to be able to put things in perspective. And it kind of goes into trading too, where it's like I took a loss today. Yeah, $500 loss, like that sucks. You know what I mean? But and like I don't want to say this lightly because it's not lightly. Trading, it means a lot to me, and it means so much to me. And I'm gonna make this work, and it's going to work for me, right? I've had some really good trades this whole month. I've been trading well this whole month, right? But trading isn't everything, right? Trading is not everything. Trading is a means or it's a tool to be able to earn money in the markets and do well. I've not been trading for a long time. I've been trading well this month, right? Avert your eyes! Don't look at that hideous shade of red. But at the same time, it's like we have to understand that there's so many other bigger things in life, and I want this to be a big thing for me too. But as of right now, I'm still learning. I'm still new, relatively anyway, and I want to improve and I want to get better. But there's so many other things in life that mean more, Trading means like it's like top tier for me in terms of what it means, but I understand that life is life. Taking care of people, that's what I want trading to be able to help facilitate. right? Trading is not the end all be all. If I become a profitable trader and I start making 10, 20, 50K a month, does that mean that's all I'm going to be doing in my life? Does that mean that I'm not going to be helping people anymore? No, like I still want to be a PT part time. I still want to help people. I still want to donate to charity. Like I still want to do all of those things. So trading is the means to be able to get there, right? And that's why we're trying to hone our skill and trying to make unemotional decisions in order for myself to get there. So when I take a trade today that's emotional and I lose on it, it sucks, right? And I have to be able to sit with that and say, Vic, we can't do that again. But at the same time, we can't dwell on that loss and be like, oh, this is so terrible, you know? If I blow this account, it's not, oh, this is so terrible. It's okay. Like, let's get it back. Like, let's get better. So, anyway, guys, that's it for this video today. A little bit of funny, a little bit of serious, but we keep going. Like, I'm not upset. We've been trading well. We took one bad trade today. The other trade was a good trade. It just didn't work. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video today. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are trading well. And yeah, keep trading stoically, which I did not do on that second trade. So I need to keep trading stoically, Vic. Come on, let's go.